Look at all of the purple smoke as we produce Omega. I have turned on the VTOL for both Omega factories. I turned the VTOLs back on to get our resources back in. So we've got plenty of purple smoke, but I know from experience, not enough purple smoke. As this city grows, this city's going to want more Omega than can be generated by 2 Omega factories. So we need to get working on that. I want to balance the Omega job, the jobs that are created by Omega factories with levels in our mega towers. We've got a pretty good amount of available jobs here, but that's going to change once we put down another OmegaCo factory. So I kind of want to do them all at the same time. So more levels and more factories. But yeah, welcome back to more SimCity. Let's start with employees, residents, and then we'll work on more factories. But as we left off, we were putting down parks. Look at that. We've got parks here. So I think I want to duplicate that over here. I've got 2 apartments per mega tower over here. So let's go ahead. We're going to add an apartment here. But let's just work from right and go to the left. Let's do a park. A park, and let's do an apartment. And then the hope is these apartments will be this apartment will be finished. We'll have more people, and at about the same time, let's get another Omega factory. Oh, that one's needing some resources, even though they're being flown in, but that's fine. Let's do it right about. Let's do that. One, 2, 3. Let's put down VTOL. And then the hope is roughly the same time we'll get some people moved in here. You really want to have a good equilibrium when you're working with mega towers. If I could offer some advice on mega towers, take your time, go slow, so as you're adding levels, you can kind of get an idea of how the mega towers are reacting. Don't treat the mega towers as self-contained cities. Think of the mega towers as zones. When you think about the zones here in the city, think of the mega towers like that. Think of them as zones that are vertical. And what do you need to keep them happy? In my personal experience, malls are they can be finicky. Offices can be a little finicky. I tend to focus on apartments, and I tend not to mix. So once I begin down the path of a low wealth apartment mega tower, this mega tower will only be low wealth. Just like this will only be high wealth, and these will only be medium wealth. Look at your city statistics as well. Once again, treat these as if they were zones. And having said that, also feel free to experiment. Just because my experience with malls is not that great does not mean that your experience with the mall will not be that great. But I really just want to try to at least let you know, do not treat these as self-contained cities. Be careful with your malls. Kind of be careful with your offices as well. I treat these as ways of getting lots of people into a city. I like to put my commercial and my schools outside of the towers. But once again, experiment. Let me know, how is your experiment going? What stack is working for you? And then when you talk about a stack that's working for you, also you have to take into account, if you're giving feedback, what layout, how is your city set up? Because you may say, hey Leonard, I'm doing my stack is, I'm doing low wealth apartment 1, and then level 2 is low wealth apartment, and then I'm doing a park, and I'm doing a mall, and then I'm doing this and that. But it's out of context if you're not also talking about the city as a whole. But that's just some advice that I can give. All right, have we gotten any? They need oil, but they've got ore. Look, here comes one now. Hopefully it goes, yep, it's going there, and that's oil. Nice. Nice. All right. Purple smoke. It's getting there. And then did I close this? Closed by mayor. Let's get that going. Let's import and import. Okay. Good. This level is complete. We like the new city buildings. Okay, so they are. Oh, it's completely full. Completely full. Let's give them a park. Excellent. Let's check our population. All right. The other bit of advice, this only happens in my mega tower cities. If you've been watching me, or if you've been playing a large and an outrageously large surplus of jobs in a city that is not a mega tower city. So if we got rid of these mega towers, but still we were doing Omega, and we had an outrageously large surplus, it seems like everything is fine. But what I find is, if you've got a huge surplus of available jobs, your mega tower apartment levels will say we're overworked. We're working our fingers to the bone, or something along those lines, and then you run the risk of the apartments becoming vacant they leave the apartments. So just be careful about the amount of available jobs that you have. That's the other bit of advice. But I think, do we do another Omega or do we do drones? Now, when you put in a new apartment level, the Omega process has to start all over. That's why this is no longer a franchise. Parks, because people don't live in parks in your mega towers. They're not going to turn that red, that rust color, that dark red that the rest of the mega tower is. I want to take advantage of these available jobs for medium wealth. And man, do I want to take advantage of. We've got high wealth. They've got a park. Let's do it. I know I said a couple of episodes ago I was only going to do one high wealth apartment level. And here we are with 3, but it's just it's so tempting. Let's do that. And then let's see how we do before we add more Omega factories. Let's see what happens. Are we getting close to... No, we got a ways to go for an upgrade, but we just put down another factory. They need ore. They need oil. All right, there's that. Let's add another delivery truck. Instead of relying more on this, we'll have to monitor it. I would almost prefer to put down another VTOL, but monitor it and shut them down if we get too much. If it just becomes too expensive. There. Let's see if that helps. And then once this fills up, then we'll switch to use locally. All right, we've got a high wealth apartment. Apartments for rent. So we don't have anybody moved in. Same situation here. And because those are apartments, they are no longer franchise mega towers. So we now have 3 of 6 mega towers that have to start the process all over again. So we're going to lose a little bit of a profit. Look at how it dropped dramatically. That's fine. It's temporary. All right. We have a completely full high wealth apartment. Now they just moved in. They're saying we're okay. We'll have to monitor that. How are we doing over here? Shopping here is really good. See, they're a little bit easier to please. They moved in at about the same time, and they're happy. And I believe they'll get happy as well, but it just might take some time. From a job standpoint, we can add more. Let's do the middle. Let's do the middle tower. Let's start construction. And I think because we're going to need to, I think this is going to be the city that supplies Omega. We can send trucks out. We may need a second city, but I really want to. I think this is going to be our primary city for Omega. All right. They need to hire. And about the time that they're really getting into the swing of hiring, we should have more residents moved in. We've got another apartment. We have apartments for rent. And just in time, because our available jobs has really gone up. So much so. Oh, nope, it just dropped down. Where they're starting to work. Ah, there, yep, see that? So, let's do this. Let's do medium. Good. And by morning, that should be finished. And we can start to chip away at that. And then we need to start thinking about when we're going to do Skybridge. You know what? We also need to think about whether or not we are going to do Skybridge. Do I want Skybridge? You know, we do Mega Towers, and it's almost like, well, we did Mega Towers. Now that the next step, natural step, is to do Skybridge. But do we save that for another city? I don't know. I don't know. Those extra Omega factories made a difference. Look at that. Upgrade available. And there is no doubt what it is that we want. We want the robotics division. Oh, yeah, that fits. Oh, yeah, nice. 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 Now we can get into drones. And in all reality, the drones, we would be using them here. The other thing that I think that I want to do is I want a... Oh, you know what we could... Oh, do we have space for it? I know what we could do. could do a service level. So instead of, because you have two options. Where's my hospital? You can put down Metadrone hangars for the hospital. We don't have a fire station. Wait. We don't have the large fire station, and we don't have the police precinct that would allow us to put down a fire drone module and a law drone. But we could do, yeah, I think that's what we could, we should do. We could do that. We would lose one building because I want enough space. I mean, we've got room back here. I'm not sure what I would do, but look at all the space that we have. Whoops, that turned into a bridge. Can we connect these roads? I don't know if they would really use them, but let's see if we can connect. Let's see if any cars. Oh, it kind of looks cool, doesn't it? I'm not so sure what use, but oh well. Now, nothing is going to fit from a medium density. Oh, it would interfere. Well, we could do more commercial. And from a pollution standpoint, there's no pollution. The wind is blowing way from there. Maybe we could get some residents. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know, while we're here, let's go ahead and zone. Let's do that. Residential. Or commercial. Right. Good. And then I'm going to go ahead. Let's get the base. Let's get the base down. And I may not do the level yet. I need a drone assembly 800 an hour. Okay. Yeah. So the base is there. It's ready. We just need drones. And there's no need. I don't think we really need extra cars. We don't need any extra roads for cars. All right. We need processors. Maybe I was going to just add, but we can do that. We can do processors actually at the factory. Before we get into drones, drones are a one use. Once they're used once, then they are. So I want to make sure that we are prepared for. I don't think I'm going to need 4 of them, but I want to make sure we've got enough space. When you're working with drones, so we can put down multiple. Okay, good. Actually, before we could do it later, but I may want to extend. Still fits good. That should be more than enough. But at least we're prepared. And if we're going to do drones, that's going to add to the available jobs, so we might as well let's do that. This town is great. This town is great. Tower is great. Nice. Very good. Very good. I think we are prepared for. Was that all? That wasn't always like that. May not be able to change it now. Let's. I know that wasn't always like that. That may have. Once we placed that factory, maybe that was just a graph. Oh. Huh. Well, we'll leave it. We will leave it. Okay. Are we happy? Yeah, we're happy. It's funny, that's constructing, but it's red. But we're happy. Mega towers. Happy. Good. Very good. Happy city.